Hey, my lighting's really not very good in here, so I do apologise. But anyway, to my vlog. So today I was going to talk a bit about socialising friends and also negativity and positivity. So to put it into context, so this week I did some work with Beat. I went to Parliament with Beat to talk to some MPs about eating disorder treatment, but that's not what I'm talking about anyway. So there's a girl who also works for Beat who I've met now a couple of times, like said, hi, how are you? What are you doing after this? Blah, blah. And saw her again this week, and actually we got talking a lot more. We then met up later on in the day, went out for a drink, went to a Beat celebration evening in the evening together. I mean, I had a really nice time with her. I really got to know her, and it feels like it's the start of a new friendship, which when anorexia has taken so many friends away from me, yes, I do now have a core group of a few friends, which I love and I appreciate more than anything. To find a new friend and have someone like you, it feels amazing. And like I never thought I would find a new friend, and after I'd got home I found it really strange to think that she actually liked me. And that is the thing with anorexia, it convinces you that you are completely unlikable, completely unworthy, that no one could ever like you, so don't bother with people, have anorexia instead. That is how my anorexia worked and has always worked. Like, it's made me think I can't have anything else, so I'll have anorexia instead. But as I say, made a new friend. I have a core group of very few friends, which I really appreciate. But I wanted to talk about this socialising thing. So obviously I went out for this thing with Beat, where I had to talk to people who I didn't know, and a few years ago that would have been unimaginable. Like, I was so socially reclusive, I was scared I would hardly speak anything, I was scared to do anything socially. When I was in hospital, I was having panic attacks all the time. I couldn't leave hospital grounds. Literally, I became like a recluse, and it's taken a lot of hard work to get to the point where I am now. And I just wanted to talk about this because I know there are probably a lot of other people out there who were in the situation that I was in, who feel like, oh, I like scared to go out socialise, feel like they haven't got many friends. Believe me, I've been there, and actually I'm still there a lot of the time now. Like, I still feel like I'm awful at, like, I feel now like I can't hold a conversation. I just don't know how to interact with people. Like, that is in my head all the time when I'm speaking to people. And so social situations daunt me because I have to talk to people, hold a conversation, which are the things that I think I just can't do. But I've got to the point now where I know that I can't keep hiding away from those situations, because hiding away doesn't change them. If I hide away and never do, if you hide away and you never put yourself in situations that scare you or put you out of your comfort zone, you will never break that anxiety. So if you never go into a social situation, the anxiety around social situations will just continue to build and build and build, and then it will become scarier and scarier. But the more you do it, if you put yourself out there, you realise, yeah, you may still feel like you can't do it, but the more you do it, the easier it does get. Like, I could never have imagined going somewhere where I didn't know people and actually talking to people. Yeah, okay, I felt like I didn't talk very well and my conversation was rubbish, but I went out there and I did it. And so for other people out there who feel social situations are scary and they hate doing them, they feel you haven't got friends, you just have to put yourself out there. You really, really do. You have to go out of your comfort zone and do things that scare you and challenge you, because that is the only way you're going to get better at it and feel that social situations aren't as daunting as you think they are. Like, yes, social situations still daunt me, but nowhere near like they used to. And now, if there's a situation and it scares me, I don't think, oh, okay, I'm not going to do it. I think, right, my head doesn't want to do it, so I'm going to do the opposite and I'm going to go and do it, as scary as that is. And the other thing that came from this event this week, as what I was going to say, I was going to talk about, was negativity or positivity. So I am naturally a very pessimistic, glass half empty, negative person. I look for the negative in everything, whether that's me, or I think that is me, and partly anorexia makes it worse. But so I went to this beat thing, had this great day, met this great person who's going to hopefully build a friendship with. I came home absolutely buzzing, really, really happy, and then I was like, right, now think of the negatives. I was like, Rebecca, you've got to think of all the things that are going to go wrong, because this isn't going to last. She doesn't actually like you. You're not going to build a friendships. Nothing's actually going to come out of this event. Nothing's going to happen with Beat. Everything is negative. I was trying to think of all the possible negatives I could think of around that event, and it wasn't like I planned to do that. It just came naturally into my head that that's what I needed to do. And that is actually what I do a lot of the time, all of the time. If anything positive happens, I immediately counteract it with a negative and think of all the negatives, rather, like, say, I don't know, when I was last year, when I was doing my masters, if I don't know, got a good grade in my coursework, I'd be like, oh, okay, I got a good grade in my coursework, I'd be happy. And I'd be like, well, that's not going to last. I'm not going to get a good grade next time, and the next time I'm going to fail, and it's going to completely wipe out the positive grade that I've got this time. Literally everything I do, I think of a negative. And I've come to realise that I think it is a form of self-protection. So I don't know if there are other people out there who do the same, who think negatively all of the time. Maybe it might be common in anorexia, I don't know, but for me, I do it all the time. And I think it's because if I think negatively all of the time, I feel like I'm protecting myself from having my hopes and my dreams stripped away from me. Because if you're constantly thinking negatively, if you're constantly never allowing yourself to be happy, then you're going to avoid disappointment, right? That is what my head thinks. You think negatively because then you won't be disappointed. And because there have been times when I have felt happy and then about something that then hasn't materialized, and I've felt so disappointed. And I think I've learned from that, actually, Rebecca, you have to not allow yourself to feel happy, because good things don't happen and it disappoints you and it makes you sad. So never be happy. Always think the worst, because then you won't be disappointed. That is literally what I think my head thinks. But as my therapist says, if you're thinking negatively all of the time, like, things aren't completely black and white. It's not wonderful or awful. There is middle ground. Like, you don't have to, yeah, things might not be perfect, but you don't have to think they're going to be completely goddamn awful. Like, you can accept that actually it's all right. And as she says, if you never allow yourself to feel happiness when happy events happen, because you're protecting yourself, because you're worrying about the negative things that might happen in the future, you never ever enjoy the moment. And it's actually all right to enjoy the moment, because if bad things do happen, if the good thing doesn't properly come out of it, you can deal with that. And by never allowing yourself to be happy, you never allow yourself to enjoy moments. And this is really hard for me to get my head around, like virtually impossible for me to put into practice. But after this event this week, when I got home from the beat thing, and my head just zapped around trying to find negative things. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why am I doing this? Why can't I have just come home and enjoyed the fact that I had a really good day? Why can't I just do that? Why do I have to think so? Why do I have to find all the negatives about it? So this is going to, I'm seeing my therapist this week, and this is going to be something I'm really going to ask her to work on, because I want to be able to enjoy things and I want to be able to think positively. And actually, I was reading a book a couple of weeks ago called The Little Big Things, about this teenage boy, rugby player, went on holiday with his mates when he was 17, dived into the sea and hit his head, completely paralysed. And it was about his kind of recovery story and building back his life. And it was such a positive book, although it may not sound positive. It was so positive and inspiring, and I was just thought to myself, you need to be more positive. You need to just appreciate the good things, because by never ever allowing yourself to enjoy good things, it's making life miserable all of the time. And yeah, good things don't happen all the time, but try and enjoy them when they do. That is what I want to be able to do, because as I say, this week when I got home, I was overwhelmed with trying to find negative feelings, and I did find all these negatives that then made me think, oh, life is just rubbish. Like, no. And so try and allow yourself to enjoy the positive moments. That is what I'm gonna really try and work on in the immediate future when I see my therapist. And I just wanted to talk about it because I didn't know if anyone else could relate to this, because I don't actually know anyone else I don't really talk about it, so I don't actually know anyone else who feels the same as me. So if you do, leave a comment below, and I hope you can take inspiration from my vlog about going out socializing, and maybe if you can relate to me, and maybe in the future if you see me trying to challenge my negativity, you can take heart from that. And please subscribe to my vlog. Thank you.